Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Apex Legends. In today's video, we are doing a weapons guide over heavy ammo weapons, and in my personal opinion, they are by far my favorite category of weapons in Apex Legends. You have guns like the Wingman, the Spitfire, as well as the Flatline, by far my favorite guns in the Titanfall series. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys some stats over body damage, headshot damage, as well as also full magazine damage overall if you're able to hit your target with all the rounds in your magazine. We will also be covering over recoil, so you guys know exactly what type of recoil you're going to be dealing with each gun if you pick it up in the game. So let's get into it. First off, let's start with the Wingman. Now, the Wingman is one of my most favorite handguns of all time in the Titanfall series, and it does not disappoint in Apex Legends. It packs a hell of a punch and also too has a pretty cool kick-ass little inspection. If you do the weapon inspection, you will not be disappointed by that. However, like I said, you are not disappointed by the damage that the Wingman actually delivers towards not only body shots, but headshots as well. Body shots, you're looking at about 45 damage. Headshots are about 90 damage, and overall, if you're able to get all 6 rounds on the target, you are looking at 270 damage overall, for all 6 rounds hitting the target. Again, it's a very powerful handgun. It's the most powerful handgun in Apex Legends, and it does not disappoint with being able to hit targets from very far away or up close as well. So it's an overall good gun no matter what distance. And if you're able to find that Skull Piercer mod, you are not going to be disappointed by how much damage you're able to do with headshots. So I definitely look forward to using the Wingman towards the end of the game, as well as too just having that badass feeling of having a revolver in your hands. Now on to my most favorite gun in the entire Titanfall series. This is better than the Wingman. This is better than any other gun in the Titanfall series, and it is a hell of a gun in Apex Legends, and that is the Spitfire. Now the Spitfire is one of the LMGs that you can find out in Apex Legends, out in the arena, and it does not disappoint by being able to actually take on multiple targets and actually have the possibility of actually taking down multiple targets and being able to finish an entire team. Now the Spitfire does body damage at 20 damage, headshots at 40, and the full magazine, if you're able to hit every single round on targets, you're looking at an overall damage of 700. It is a beast. You're able to find different mods to actually make the Spitfire a lot better with the extended mags, stabilizers, sights, all different types of things. The Spitfire is definitely one of those guns that you want to look forward to using towards the end of the game, and being able to wipe an entire team, you are not going to have any problem whatsoever with using the Spitfire. Again, it's one of my most favorite guns in the entire Titanfall series, and it does not disappoint me whatsoever in Apex Legends. Next up, we have the DMR sniper rifle. Now, this sniper rifle, it does pack a hell of a punch as one of the few sniper rifles that we have in Apex Legends. However, it does actually take a little bit to actually acquire your target and being able to put down multiple shots. There is a slight delay between trigger pulls. I mean, I tried my best to try to pull the trigger as fast as I possibly can. However, there is a slight delay before you know, you're able to actually engage the next round at the target. So just be aware of this when you're using this gun. However, with body shots, you're doing 55 damage, headshots, you're doing 110, and if you're able to hit all rounds on the target, you're looking at 275 damage. So again, this is a very powerful gun. Again, there's no damage drop off you know, with any of these guns, and having the DMR at being one of those guns to be able to hit targets from very far away, you're actually going to have some pretty good precision shots. Looking at the recoil, when we actually get to that towards the end of this video, the DMR does not really have that much recoil because you're required to actually kind of readjust for the next round, because it does give you that pause. So again, the DMR is actually really great. This is another weapon that you can put the Skull Piercer mod on to actually up some of the damage that you do on the headshots. So again, if you're one of those guys that loves to do sniping, the DMR is not that bad of a gun if you're looking for a really good, powerful sniper rifle in Apex Legends. Next up, we have the Prowler. Now, the Prowler is an SMG. It's a new SMG introduced in the Titanfall series through Apex Legends, and it's actually one of the very few burst weapons that we have in Apex Legends, the Prowler being one of them and the Hemlock being the other. However, this is a 5-round burst gun, so you out of a 20-round magazine, you only get 4 bursts out of it. So you don't really get a whole lot of bang for your buck with this SMG. However, it does pack up a hell of a punch. If you are close quarters with the enemy, hitting all 5 rounds on the target is definitely going to be devastating to them, and it's going to be able to actually take out targets pretty quickly, hopefully if you're just engaging one person. So with one hit from the Prowler, you're looking at 14 damage. However, if you're able to hit all 5 rounds on the target, you're looking at 70 damage just for body hits. Headshots, you're looking at 21 damage just for one shot. However, I tried my best to get all 5 rounds on the head to give you guys an overall damage output, but it is extremely difficult to do with the high recoil that the Prowler has, and we'll get into that towards the end end of the round, to the end of the video. For a full mag dump, if you're actually able to get all rounds on the target, you're looking at 280 damage overall. However, again, like I said, it is very difficult to actually hit targets from very far away, so definitely use this as a close quarter weapon towards the beginning of a round. You can switch this to a select fire mod and get that to where it's a full auto SMG. However, the recoil is still insane, so this is not a gun to use towards the end of the game. This is a gun that you want to pick up in the very beginning because it's extremely powerful in this close quarter situation. So Prowler, definitely great in the beginning. However, towards the end, you want to find something to actually switch this gun out with. Up next, we have the Hemlock. Now, the Hemlock is another burst gun, just like the Prowler was, but this is a 3-round burst AR, and I will say, personal experience, the Hemlock actually feels really good. The recoil feels really nice. It's not over the top. It deals a lot of damage with each burst, and it's a really nice feeling AR with the magazine size being pretty comfortable at 18. And it doesn't feel like you're wasting rounds with each burst like the Prowler, where you only get about 4 bursts. You're actually getting 6 bursts with this gun, so it feels really nice. You're able to switch it to single shot, which is really good too if you're wanting to engage targets from very far away. With body shots, with each individual shot, you're doing 18 damage. Headshots, you're doing 36, so it's another 2 times multiplier. And for a full magazine, if you're able to hit every single round on the target, you're looking at 324 damage overall. Again, the Hemlock is a really good gun if you're able to put on different modifiers, from the weapon stabilizer to increasing the magazine with an extended magazine. Sight, I would definitely go towards you know, either a 2 or 4 times, or maybe even a 3 times ACOG sight for this gun, because it is really good on engaging targets from very far away, but it's also really good at medium range. Short range, it's a little hesitative just because the bursting and being able to try to pull the trigger as fast as you possibly can to get each round out on the target just does become kind of hairy. So really good gun at medium and long range, and definitely one of those guns I really do look forward to using towards the end of the game. And finally, we have the Flatline. Now, the Flatline is the AK-47 version of an AR in the Frontier. It's a fan favorite gun in the Titanfall series, and it's nice to see it return back in Apex Legends. Now, this AR will not disappoint you whatsoever, not only with having a really nice recoil pattern, a really nice firing rate, as well as being able to put out a lot of damage over time on targets. You're looking at a body shot of 16, a headshot of 32, and if you're able to hit all rounds on the target, you're looking at 320 damage overall. This Flatline is a really nice gun. It's a medium, long range, short range. It's a versatile AR that is really nice to be able to use in the game that I really do seek out for. Flatline is one of those guns where if I don't have a Spitfire, if I don't have another gun to where I'm able to engage multiple targets, the Flatline is one of those guns that I really do look out for because of how much damage it's able to put out. And you can actually switch this, again, just like the other ARs, to a select fire. So if you're wanting to engage targets from very far away, you can do that as well. However, if you put it to full auto, the recoil is not that bad, so engaging targets from medium distance a little bit to long distance, you're not going to have a very bad time in being able to engage it, as well as for how much damage it's able to put out, you're able to engage multiple targets and possibly down multiple people. So again, looking for the Flatline. It definitely is a great gun in Apex Legends, and it's one of those guns that I really do seek out for when I'm in a match. And finally, the last thing I will cover is the recoil in this game. Now, it's really good to have a basic understanding of what recoil is for these weapons. It's all predictable recoil, so it's always going to have the same type of recoil pattern in the game. Now, when I get to the firing range and I try to test this out, I try to aim at the same area at the same time all the time. So you're going to see that bottom shot with the Wingman, and it raises up immediately after that first shot. So again, Spitfire is going to be the exact same thing. I'm going to aim at one spot in the very bottom so you can actually see the recoil pattern, how it raises immediately up, and it kind of shimmies back and forth from right to left and then right to left. So it's one of those guns where you just kind of see this recoil pattern. It's like, oh man, that is what I'm doing. So I'm not moving my cursor whatsoever. I'm just wanting to show you guys what the recoil pattern is that you're going to be dealing with all these guns, and especially for the heavy ammo weapons. I've never seen such amazing recoil in this game. DMR is not one of them, though. The DMR actually is really good. It's a very tight pattern recoil. Again, like I said, you have to re-engage the trigger every time. You cannot pull the trigger really quick, so it does have that little reset before you can fire again. So the DMR is really nice. Prowler, my god, I did not expect to see this much recoil with this gun, so I can't imagine what this gun is with that select fire mod on it. This is a gun that you are going to be wanting the weapon stabilizer. You're wanting every single mod possible that you can put on a gun for this. Can you see that? My goodness, it is just incredible. I get it that it's shooting 5 rounds at a time, but the recoil pattern is just out of this world. Hemlock is not that bad. Again, it is one of those guns where you can control pretty easily with the 3-round burst. And again, it's one of those guns where I'm really not disappointed by the recoil pattern whatsoever. It does go just up a little bit, and then it shimmies a little bit to the left. But again, that is a pretty tight pattern. If you're able to get that first burst off, and maybe your target's right there, you're at least able to get all those rounds on that little center mass area to where you're able to hit it. But again, the recoil for the Hemlock is actually not that bad if you're able to control it. Flatline, it's a little, I'm a little iffy on the Flatline. It is definitely one of those guns where it does raise pretty radically up and to the left. So again, when you get in the firing range or you get into Apex Legends, definitely test out some of these guns that you're wanting to use so you know exactly what the recoil pattern is, because I did not know some of these recoil patterns until actually testing these guns out in Apex Legends in the training ground. So definitely try it out, use all the weapons in the training ground, definitely use that to your advantage and see what weapon fits you with how much damage it puts out, the recoil, and also the mods that you can actually put on all of these weapons. Skull piercing being one of the best ones that you actually use on the Wingman or even the DMR to get those nice crispy headshots multiplayers in the game. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was very detailed in what you guys are looking for when it comes to weapon stats, as well as what guns are best used. I really did try this. I wanted to see if I could actually ride the zipline and shoot, but you would see the projectile just going all over the place. So just remember that too. In this game, there are projectile weapons, so be aware that when you're engaging targets from very far away, or on that case, if you're on a zipline and you're moving, it is definitely incredible to see something like that. Lastly, I bring out the Spitfire. I'm shooting from the hip. I just wanted to see, you know, what it would actually do from targets from very far away. I cannot believe I actually hit one of them, but I just at least wanted to show you guys what that looked like. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please drop me a like. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite heavy weapon in this game. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys all in the next one.